Alright, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of TEW Local to Global 1987. We're back because of GCW. And sorry it's been a while. No excuses this time. Just couldn't get around to it. Alright. So this is the final episode before Revolution 1993, the biggest revolution. That's probably a lie. Last year's Revolution was probably a little bigger, considering the main event was, if I remember correctly, Pillman Lance Storm. No, okay, that's not the biggest one yet. 91 was probably, even though it has the worst rating out of all of them, it was probably the biggest main event, because two former partners were imploding. Anyway, back to the Great Lakes we go. So, last episode, let's see what happened. Shane Douglas became the new #1 contender for the World Championship. So we're going to start off our show with a promo by Shane Douglas and Brian Pillman. Just fixing my charger, it's on the wrong side. Alright, vote on entertainment. Okay, we're going to have Douglas and Pillman promo. Austin and Sting come out. We're going to make that 9 minutes. And I get a singles match. It's going to be, let's do Aldo Montoya versus, let's do Aldo Montoya versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And Helmsley will be getting the victory in 4 minutes. We're going to get a tag team match. We're going to do the Smoking Guns, who we're trying to build up, versus the World Tag Team Champions, the Eliminators. It's going to be a 13-minute World Tag Team Championships on the line, and Perry Saturn will be getting the victory. So we got to find somebody for the Eliminators to face off against. So who are some tag teams that could face them? How about let's make up a team? Yeah, let's do Chris Benoit and Lance Storm, because I don't really have plans for them at the moment. So, Eliminators celebrate. Storm and Benoit come out. It's going to be 7 minutes. They get a singles match. We're going to get, who is Cruiserweight Champion? Eddie Guerrero is Cruiserweight Champion. Rematch against Chris Jericho for the Cruiserweight Championship. And Eddie will be getting the victory. Actually, we'll make that the main event. We'll make it 14 minutes. 16 minutes. There you go. Did I miss any big storylines? I think I missed the Intercontinental storyline, didn't I? Alright, so we're going to do a singles match. You know what? No, we're not going to do that. We're going to move the Hunter Hearst Helmsley Aldo Montoya match here. Make that 7 minutes. We'll get an angle. We're going to get DDP, and then Dustin Rhodes, and then Johnny B. Bad. All on entertainment. DDP promo. Rhodes comes out. Bad comes out. Make that around 7 minutes, and we'll start the show. So starting us off, we got Shane Douglas, Brian Pillman in the ring. And Douglas is respectful of the leader of franchise. Brian Pillman is still the leader of franchise, although he lost to Shane Douglas. Douglas says he will make franchise proud, and he will win the World Championship at Revolution for Brian Pillman. Douglas then says that he can't wait to destroy Sting in the main event, and at that moment Sting comes out, and he's accompanied by Stunning Steve Austin. And Austin grabs a mic. He's going to talk first. He asks Douglas and Pillman, why did franchise attack him? at, I believe it was Halloween Hell, or maybe it was Championship Wrestling before, I don't remember. Why did they attack him? While Austin was minding his own business, Franchise couldn't help themselves but attack him. Why? Is it because Austin might be a threat to Shane Douglas and the world title picture? No offense, Sting. And Douglas and Pillman both say that had nothing to do with it. It was a business decision, and it made sense to attack one of the top stars of GCW. And Austin says, I don't believe you. Not one bit. So how about this? I already talked to Jesse Ventura. Next week, it's going to be Stunning Steve Austin versus Shane Douglas. And if I beat you, I get the world title match against Sting at Revolution. So we get Shane Douglas versus Stunning Steve Austin next week. And if Austin wins, he takes Douglas's place in the main event of Revolution against Sting. It's an 86. We move on to the Eliminators defeating the Smoking Guns in 12:43 when Perry Saturn defeated Billy Gunn by pinfall with a Death Valley driver. Decent match, 63. After the match, while Perry Saturn and John Kronus are celebrating, they say that they've dominated the tag team the tag team division. They are the greatest tag team. There's no question about that. And at that moment, out comes Chris Benoit and Lance Storm. Lance Storm says, you know, you guys say you dominated an entire division. Well, so did I at one point. I was the top man in the GCW Intercontinental title picture. I was the one that everybody looked at. I was even the one that people thought I was going to defeat Brian Pillman, although I couldn't quite do it. I still have a lot of fire in me, and so does this man to my left, Chris Benoit. Now, I know you two are looking for opponents at Revolution. Well, how about this? The Eliminators versus Chris Benoit and Lance Storm. So, the challenge is laid out for the Eliminators by Lance Storm and Chris Benoit. We're going to see what happens there. Hunter Hearst Helmsley defeats Aldo Montoya in 7:25 by pinfall with a pedigree, 61. DDP, the Intercontinental Champion, comes out. He cuts a promo on Johnny B. Bad not being able to do it, and out comes Dustin Rhodes, and Rhodes says, DDP, the only reason you won is because I accidentally hit Johnny B. Bad with the world champ. Was it with the title or was it with the chair? I think it was with the chair. Because I accidentally hit him with the chair. That ain't gonna happen. You see, you and I are gonna face off, and you're gonna notice that Dustin Rhodes is underrated, undervalued, and he was the greatest world champion. And out comes Johnny B. Bad, and he doesn't say a word. He gets in the ring, and he punches Dustin Rhodes right in the face for costing him the Intercontinental title match. And he walks out. DDP just laughs. That's it, 66. Main event, Eddie Guerrero retains the Cruiserweight Championship against Chris Jericho in 15:42 by pinfall with a frog splash. Gets a 74, 73. Ups our popularity in 3 regions. Okay. Oh, signing Bryan Adams. And he's actually not going to be a heel. He's going to be a face for now. I'm going to have him be a brute face. It's going to be... I'm going to say a Raging Bull. And everybody knows who he's going to be, right? He's, of course, going to be Kona Crush. Where's Kona Crush? There he is. Kona Crush. The Hawaiian. Alter Ego, sure. Opener, sure. Alright, that's it for the first show of today's episode. We're going to sim to the second Saturday nights right now. I'm afraid I have some bad news. Owen Hart is leaving for WCW. He's going to be offered a contract by the WWF probably the next day. Let's sim one day and see if he gets offered the contract. And... yep. I know this game too well. So he's probably going to sign with the WWF. Oh, no. Alright. So we're losing Owen Hart. That sucks. I had big plans for Owen when we were going to hit Cult and eventually get Bret Hart. But it's okay, because Das Wunderkid is here. I'm going to go opener. And we also have Ahmed Johnson. So where's Ahmed Johnson? Anything for him at this time? I'm gonna go with that picture. So Ahmed Johnson. I have big plans for Ahmed Johnson. I think if I can get him to be a good wrestler, I think he'll go far in a GCW. Alright, so let's send to Saturday Night's Wrestling. Alright, second show of today's episode, and I have more bad news, unfortunately. We just keep getting raided. Oh, well. Chris Benoit was offered a contract. So Chris Benoit is leaving for WCW. So I don't really know what to do for my storylines at this point. But I think I found a way around. So tonight we're going to do the World Tag Team title match. We're going to say that the Eliminators couldn't wait and they wanted the Tag Team title match tonight. They will retain the titles. Chris Benoit will lose. So we're going to start off with Perry Saturn and John Kronus calling out Eliminators. Call out Storm and Benoit. Alright, so that takes care of that. We're going to do... Oh, and I have good news as well. Stunning Steve Austin's now loyal to GCW. So we're not going to lose Austin. We're not going to lose Pillman. And who else was it? Sting? And we're not going to lose Sting. So our three top guys, we can't lose. They're loyal. They're always going to be with GCW as long as we don't let them go. But so our three top guys are secure. So at least I'm happy with that. But there's also one more thing I want to say. Jeff Jarrett also offered a contract to WCW. Like, I had big plans for Jeff Jarrett. I just got the roadie. Oh well. Helmsley versus RVD. Helmsley gets the victory. Alright, put them all in entertainment. Shane, Douglas, and Jarrett. Approach. HHH. Hopefully I spelled approach correctly. I don't think I did. And then the main event. Stunning Steve Austin versus Shane Douglas. If Austin wins, he takes Douglas's place at Revolution. And of course, he doesn't win. More promo time. There you go. Shane Douglas will win, but during the match, we're going to have botched interference on Shane Douglas by Brian Pillman. Let's go. So the Eliminators open the show. They got their open challenge, blah, blah, blah. So Lance Storm and Chris Benoit come out, and they lose to Perry Saturn and John Kronus. This is, of course, because Chris Benoit is leaving us. But don't worry, I have a plan. So it's all taken care of. I have somebody who can take Chris Benoit's place for the storyline. So the Eliminators get the victory. 78. Helmsley gets a victory over RVD. Not much to say. It's what happens after the match that has a lot of eyes. So Shane Douglas comes out with Jeff Jarrett, franchise representatives. They approach Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and Douglas speaks. He says, "I'm impressed by your performance. I'm impressed by you. I want you to join franchise." Now, Shane Douglas, does he have the authority to make an invite to franchise? He's not the leader. He's the first man to make an invite, I'm pretty sure. That's not Brian Pillman. Helmsley, you could be the greatest professional wrestler in GCW. You have potential. I see it. All I'm asking you is to join. Now, you don't have to say anything. You just have to prove to me that you are franchise. And at that moment, Shane Douglas hits Jeff Jarrett with the belly-to-belly suplex. He points at Jeff Jarrett, points at Helmsley, and then points back at Jeff Jarrett. Helmsley knows what to do. He nods, picks up Jeff Jarrett, hits the pedigree, and Hunter Hearst Helmsley has now joined franchise. So he takes Jeff Jarrett's place, gets a 60. And then our main event, Shane Douglas gets the victory over Stunning Steve Austin. That means he retains his place in the main event of Revolution against Sting for the GCW World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. During the match, we also had Brian Pillman accidentally hit Douglas. I wonder if that's going somewhere. Gets an 83. Improves the popularity 3 region. Look, it's Alex Wright. Sabu, that's fine. Alright. So that's going to be it for this episode. This is the final episode before Revolution, so get ready for next episode. The Big Show. Not Paul White, but, you know. Alright, we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.